What's the sneak peek? What do you have up your sleeve?
We never reveal the story until it's over. So I hate to disappoint without precise numbers, but things are looking pretty good. I think the stories of American consumers hiding their wallets and staying away from shopping are greatly exaggerated. Folks are buying. You can see the numbers speak for themselves. The demand is well spread. We're still seeing excellent strength in every category from apparel to electronics. At this point, the sort of story of post-pandemic travel needs to be retired. It's just shopping is back on, and people are buying. And that's not to incidentally reduce the real load people are feeling from the pinch of high prices. I think the story of American consumers still being pretty resilient is not the same thing as them not caring about the prices being high and inflation still remaining relatively hot.
I agree, and I actually wonder, so what you're saying actually jives with what we learned in retail sales data for last month as well, but also the disinflation that we've been seeing in e-commerce specifically. I wonder how much of that disinflation has been a headwind to the prints we're getting in terms of spending. In other words, could volumes be healthier than nominal numbers would tell us, right? If I buy a sweater or a piece of furniture that's 15% cheaper than it was a year ago, I'm still buying it. And so I wonder, again, if that's kind of causing some confusion about how the consumer is doing.
Yeah, and doing this in constant dollar math is probably beyond my ability.
Yeah.
And Affirm, to be precise, is doing really well. Our last quarter, we grew 4 times the rate of e-commerce, about 36%. Regular e-commerce grew something like 8.7%. And so I think from where we sit, our growth has been extraordinary, and we continue to deliver value to our merchant partners and consumers. I think the trends are definitely hard to read. I always look at sort of things that are fairly constant, most importantly, employment or unemployment numbers and just the internal growth. And we're still in almost a fully employed economy, although it is ticking up, unemployment is, so it's a little bit concerning there. But demand is really strong.
Yeah, it's reassuring. So we would expect buy now, pay later. I would. I mean, I'm very curious to see what happens throughout this cycle if it eventually turns. You know, when do you guys start experiencing, I don't know what we're traditionally called default rates, right? Or when a consumer, if they're not making payments, they get pushed off of the service and so forth. You know, would you see any sign of that yet? Can you break down any composition of the consumer to suggest if there are any segments that are under pressure?
Almost 2 years ago, we talked about seeing some degree of softness in the folks in the lower credit tranches. But since then, we've really not seen a tremendous amount of change. And so, again, I think U.S. consumer is fairly strong. Incidentally, I take issue with the term buy now, pay later, but I'm willing to go along with it if you call credit cards buy now and pay forever.
Okay, wait. What would you call yourself then? If we, what do you? What's the term?
I think we consider ourselves a great alternative to credit cards. We talk of ourselves as a better way to pay. The most important thing that we deliver to our buyers, to the consumer, is a sense of certainty and ability to control their finances and have a really clear picture of how long it takes to go from starting to pay for something to wrapping it up. That my joke about credit cards being buy now, pay forever is all about this notion of revolving is just
and that's what they want. That's how they make money. Yeah, absolutely.
That's how they make money. Exactly. We don't revolve. We don't allow revolving. We don't charge compound interest. We don't charge late fees. Even so, you know, we think of ourselves as a much healthier product. The thing that's really apparent, and we run tons of surveys, and we just surveyed thousands of Americans. 90% say that having a predictable monthly budget is what they see as a top priority as they manage through inflation. This notion of consumer weakness, and it's the other side of the inflation coin. They feel like their money's leaking out and they can't tell where. The reason buy now, pay later, as much as I dislike the term, is growing as well as it does is because there's no unpredictability. There's no revolving. There's no figuring out what's the minimum payment. The payments are precise. And so in that is the value that we provide. That's why consumers are turning to us during these sales like the Prime Day events.
Buy now, pay less. Buy now, pay a little. Buy now, pay on a predictable basis. We will come up with something, I think.
By now, feel good about your choices.
That's too long. Max, thanks so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Max Levchin with Affirm.